Hello tubesters, it's Gav and welcome to another one of my videos. Today I've finally got a reveal on the Claymore Castings 28mm metal medieval figures. They're an assortment. I can't give you the pack numbers, but they're an assortment of foot soldiers, obviously, of billmen. That's the ones with a great big size that you can see. Some hand weapons, so anybody that hasn't got a bill, more or less, and some men-at-arms, stroke knights, if you want to call them that. I had to look up men-at-arms and knights on the Wikipedia, so I can't, what I'm about to say, don't put that in cast in stone. It just came from Wikipedia, but it turns out a knight could be classed as a man-at-arms, but a man-at-arms couldn't be classed as a knight. Often men-at-arms were just as well off as knights, but they either choose to not be a knight, because that means you would have to have a whole process of furnishing the king with soldiers and, you know, you name it. I'm not 100% sure, but a lot of people actually chose not to be knights and preferred just, still to go to war and all the rest of it, but literally just as well mounted and well armoured foot soldiers. So roughly that's what I've read. Just thought I'd get that out of the way. So we'll have a quick look at these. Painted in acrylics, but I have put some oil washes over the, oh my life, what's it called now? Is it Gabisons or whatever? The you'll see them in a minute. The leather padded wool jackets, I think they were, with leather around them, or cloth, as protection. Knights wore them under their mail, and the poorer foot soldiers often just had them as their only protection. So there's a whole mixture here. We'll have a look at whatever comes up first. So this is a foot knight. There's no shield, but there was one shield, I believe, with the foot knight, with the mount, men-at-arms or knights, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, I've completely lost my train of thought, so let's go back to it quickly. So there's an oil wash on the woodwork, the poles there, and no other oil wash on these guys, only on the foot soldiers' padded jackets. The rest is acrylics, painted in non-metallic as best I could. The non-metallic looks slightly different depending on what light's on it. So yeah, that's one of our better armed guys, or protected guys. This fella I've painted I've seen some of the helmets were painted. I did try a little Yorkshire Rose on there, and yes, it's on a red. They put it on a red helmet, which would be more Lancashire. Not that this is Wars of the Roses or anything, but never mind. The thought was there. So yeah, these guys here, I've put an oil wash over and then highlighted it again, and then put a bit of an oil wash to show some gunge on the tabard. Not all. Some of them are more grubby than others. Some are completely clean. I've tried to throw. They're supposed to be operating on a guy called Sir Robert Delisle, which was yellow and black, his colours. So there's a few yellow and blacks in there, but not a lot. I wanted to show a real hodgepodge of blokes. This bloke's a man-at-arms. You can tell by the spurs, and and he's obviously got a bit better bling on his sword scabbards and stuff. Although even the poorer guys, that you were there to rob any dead knights that you could find, really. And then either sell their stuff on to richer people, but you might well be wearing a bit yourself, so that you'd nicked. So you've got some of the poorer knights, or foot soldiers, or men-at-arms. Is that confusing? See, it's not my period. I just love the figures. So it's hard to keep all the info in. He's got one of the pigs. Is it the pig's head covers to his helmet? I like the colour that came out in the end, the blue violet. That was nice. I have been looking at doing some devices, some heraldry and that on them. It's just that a lot of them with their arms raised and all the rest of it, it just gets quite complicated. So you will see some. I'll probably end up selling all these, but I'm not going to sell them until they're a complete unit. So I'm going to do some archers and some more, another block of men of arms and foot knights, and obviously the leader, and put a banner on and everything. But I'm just buying these in packs as I go. So I've tried to differentiate the pole colours even, just to keep showing lots of differences. You can see the later sculpts, the faces, there's a lot more expression in them, which I like, and I like the movement in the later sculpts as well. If they can keep this type of movement, they're onto a winner every time. I think the oil wash has worked well on the poles as well. These are yet to have they might have the odd slight shine depending on what paint colours I've used, and that's only because they've not had a varnish yet. I've tried not to go over the top with the colours. I wanted them to be fairly subdued. But I've really enjoyed doing these. I've just done them on the sides I've been doing with Napoleonics for commission. I've just literally, done them here and there. So it's never a quick thing when you do it like that. But as I say, these are done. I've done these mainly because I just love the figures so much. And I've got no connection, by the way, to Claymore castings. It's just I really enjoyed the look of them. And again, I've put a bit of gunge there, and where the slightly on the top where the belt will be rubbing up and down. Patch was already on the figure. I should have really carved the hands out. The one thing you'll find is on the earlier sculpts, which I believe that one is, you'll have to carve out the hands a bit better, probably better than I've done, just to get a round file in there and just file it a bit better. I rushed it really. I was too keen to get on with the painting. I mean, they're secure in that. It's just they could have sat in the hands a bit better. And some of the later ones, you'll have to if they've obviously you just have to follow the handhold and just drill down, just so you can put your pole through it. And we have another guy. Again, I've tried to do is like tabard circle. I do know the word of that one. It's gone. Dupont, that's it. Hey, that even sounds like that is your classic French, that is. Yeah, it's a Dupont, what the men at arms and the knights wear, with a bit of heraldry type thing, or colours to mark them out in battle. Just a couple more before you lose a will to live. Giving this guy a different hose, because these would be separate. They're not actual trousers as we know it. They're like leggings that go up, so I just gave him a separate. I didn't know how stripy you could have them, or how different, like later on when the Swiss pikemen and all that. I mean, this is way before that, so I wasn't 100% sure how it would actually go. I think this guy's probably my favourite, just for the pose rather than my painting. I just love how his cheeks are blown out. He's really going to town. They'd often sweep the knights down, obviously because they're really well armoured. So what you do is try and take the legs out. Not, you know, even with the armour and that, you know, you wouldn't be able to probably cut his legs off, but the idea is to sweep him to the ground, you know, and it's a bit like a crab then that's been turned over on its back, you know. Then you just get in there and muller him. But again, I've tried to not overblow the colours too much. This guy I've noticed they often use as a standard bearer. I might well have to get him again, or the pack again, we'll see. But I could have probably, I've got a whole collection of wire spears, and I never thought of putting maybe a spear in his hand actually rather than that, but he's a big bloke, he's just holding that bill hook up. That's not really shown under the colours, it's like a very pale orangey yellow, so it doesn't actually match that. I've tried to make it a bit different, it's just the lights are showing the same colour more or less. Again, these later ones, great facial details. And the last one, which was actually the first one I painted, so there we go. So the next stage for these guys is when I've almost, well, more or less have finished a Napoleonic unit, so they'll be going under the varnish. These will go under the varnish at the same time. I've got bases already in the collection, I can base them up if I want to. I'm just not 100% sure yet. I'm just going to work them all out, which bases are what. Do I do 40mm bases or 50? And just see what they look like, because I'll mix the men-at-arms up with the common infantry. And as I say, when I've got a bit of dough, I'll get another couple of 3 packs, you know, maybe some archers and another pack of foot knights. Try and get a bit of heraldry on them, I think, just to make them look a bit different. So guys, thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look. As I say, next time we see these guys, they should be based, hopefully. And we'll be going through an unboxing of whatever fresh packs I get, see what they look like. Because as I say, I'm just really impressed. It's you know, a lot of the times I only get to paint what obviously I do for clients, so it tends to be often the same stuff you'll see off my ABs, front ranks, you know, things like that. So it was nice to paint something and for the sculpts to actually get you to want to paint them. You know, it wasn't a chore to do. You know, it's don't get me wrong. I'm only learning the non-metallic, and it's never going to be the same as you see on fantasy ones, I doubt, just because you've got to do them fairly quickly. But I think they look all right, especially when you look down at them on the table. They look quite good, even when they're based on bottle tops at the moment. So guys, thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look. I do appreciate it. You take care of yourselves. There'll be the Commodus bust. I've actually painted the acrylic base colours all over that, so that's a video that'll be coming up tomorrow or the next day. The Dragoon bust, I will do the same for him and paint his base colours, and then I'll probably leave him then, obviously, and concentrate when I've got my oils on just doing the Commodus bust, and then the Dragoon afterwards. And I've got those Lancers I've just said, the Napoleonic Lancers, to show as well at some stage in the week. So take care of yourselves. And and the 1 in 35 scale Land Rover, I've been doing a lot more to that. The Pink Panther, lots of photo etch on that, so it's taking longer than it probably would do. But I've been enjoying it. I probably need a metal detector to find half the photo etch that's probably pinged off all around the room. But hey, it's all fun. So you take care of yourselves, and we will catch each other very soon on another video. Cheers.